Okay, October the 13th, Columbus Day 2014. Time to wrap this baby up. As you can see from these bars, it's gotten pretty thin right now, and that can manifest itself in a couple of ways. The market just dies and doesn't go anywhere, and it closes in our 95, 96 that we've been talking about, 95 plus or minus. Or we can break today's low, and the selling can take off. So you just, on a day like this, you can have dead periods, and then you can have periods where you got blinding volatility. So we came in today wanting to sell the 05 area, produced two really good trades for us, V-tops, no doubt. Started out wanting to buy the 95, 97 area. The low was just below 97, then it rallied up to 05. Then the market sold, getting all the way down to below 85. So our 90, 89, 91 was buy one, and then our 85, 87 was buy two. And so we caught the buy side well, and we caught the sell side well. Because it is a holiday market, really have to deal with this V-top and V-bottom situation. There's just no way to get around it. So you're taking trades with less information and quite often poor trade location. But having said that, because it's a holiday market, the extra volatility allows you to take trades with what normally would be considered weak trade location and still prosper. So we had this market down pretty close today. Looking at the F1 screen, which way is the capital flowing? And the capital is still flowing to the short side. So on this screen, we'll come into Globex tonight, and tomorrow's market is sellers. Now the attractor down here is at 66. And if we close below this 1900, then I don't know how long it's going to take, and nobody else does a blink of an eye in some of these markets, but we're headed for 66. There's no news tomorrow. We've got a big news day on Wednesday with retail sales. A lot of stuff comes in. And so tomorrow, a close below 1900, like I said, would have us looking to sell. And if we close at the 95 area, give or take a little bit, we'll be looking to sell into 1900. So right here, assuming a close at 89, L and K period stopped at 99. That's at 1900. We've got volume at 94, 95. So a close right here would have a short at 94, 96, and then 99.01. On the buy side, we're back to our 84, 86, and then our 80, 82 for buy two. Tomorrow, not being a big news day, maybe we look at another trading range consolidation, but a move out of this 95 area up or down would be the next move out of the middle, and we'll have to pay attention to that. Okay, looking at the note, weakness in the E-mini is driving this market. Treasuries are a risk-off investment. And we have an outside day. We actually touched the top of our buy zone early on this morning. And with an outside day, if we fail to extend the range and take out 27, gotta go back and do this. Force retick build. Sometimes on a holiday, our F1 screen needs to be adjusted. So we're closing strong. We've got single prints down in the 127 area, 127.02, and we definitely have rejected prices above 10. So on an outside day, that rings up trading range. And we've got, that looks better. We've got support definitely in the 24 to 28 area, and we definitely have resistance in the 8 to 12 area. And with no news tomorrow, if the E-mini doesn't make a huge move, my guess is that's what we'll be looking at. So we've got a higher low and a higher high. We can favor the buy side, but we can sell failure to take out through 8 to 12. Looking at the F2 screen, a double distribution started up in B period. Funny how that works. That's when the E-mini opened. And right now you can see that this 8 area to 9.5, maybe 7 to 9.5 right up here is pretty good resistance. So I made it 8 to 12. We got a high of 11.5, and on the buy zone we'll be leaning against the buck down here. But this one definitely supports higher prices. So the trade will be selling failure to take out 8 to 12. We're going to make new highs if we get through 12. So 15s to 19s will be the next sell area, but we need, I think we need some help overnight or tomorrow to move up. Now, what could happen? I mean, there's the news services are reporting, you know, possible Ebola patients turning up all over the map in the United States. And the problem about Ebola is that its symptoms are are like the flu or influenza or a really bad cold, and so this is the time of year when we start seeing a hell of a lot more of that. So most of these people that are cited as potential Ebola hopefully are going to turn out just a cold, a false alarm. I'd like to see a lot more than that than what we've had. I mean, it's really, I mean, treating diseases like this is not difficult. You isolate, and then you quarantine, and then you let them sit out the incubation period. And if they come out the back door without the symptoms, they're clean and clear to go. But the way that we're doing it, I mean, it's just been fun. I mean, it's like all these kids that were shipped up, these illegal immigrants, sent off to 50 states. And now you got this entovirus in all 50 states. And the medical community really isn't prepared to handle what they're having to handle right now, and especially Ebola. I mean, that's bad news stuff. I remember flying in Africa, what we had to dodge and be prepared to put up with and stay out of the way of when we were there. Africa truly is one of those continents that you can go to, and the food, the water, or the natives can kill you, and they don't screw around over there. I mean, the knives come out quickly. And so hopefully it does not spread, but right now I'd bet that we're going to have more Ebola victims than we're going to have less. Hope I'm wrong. Okay, on the 30-year, you can see we rejected prices basically below 41.20 and above 42.08, and we're currently at 29. So the last rotate stopped at 02. So we'll make 3 to 7, sell 1, and 11 to 15, sell 2. No news tomorrow. And on the buy side, we're going to try to buy the 17s to 21s. Now I'm going to put a question mark by 25. If we can't bust 25 and we get our setups, we can take a long right there. But we try to buy on the cheap. Try to buy against where support actually is structurally, and gives us better trade location and more time to deal with the trade. Okay, looking at gold, I think gold will be on hold overnight. Everybody's kind of watching to see what happens. I went back and looked up that article. It was the president of the Shanghai Exchange saying that retail accounts in China bought 2,000 tons of gold last year. And there are a lot of reasons they do that, and it's not just trading profits. It's viewed as a long-term source of wealth. It can be used in emergency to get out of dire circumstances, etc. So a lot of gold is purchased not out of euphoria and for, positive expectations. It's done to protect yourself. India is a big consumer of it. Of course, China is. And we see more and more of it in the United States. And in talking to a small circle of people across all income spectrums, the people that are actively buying gold, they don't even talk about return on investment. They just talk about, I'm getting me some gold for the obvious reasons. It's a lot of it's done out of protection. Okay, here we are at 32 or 33 last, 32 last. 32 plus. So 35, 38 will be cell 1. Got this low volume area up here in 40, so 40, 42 will be cell 2. If the E-mini rallies back, this market should sell. On the buy side, right here, just structurally, if we could get involved in the 25 area, that would be nice. But the last rotate down stopped at 27, so we'll make 25, 27 buy 1. And then back to our 2022 for buy 2. Yeah, the only problem I have with gold is you can't eat it. But it is a long-term play, and it's never done. Most people that buy gold do not think in terms of trading it in and out of gold. Like Jeff says, it's a storehouse of wealth. The worse inflation gets over the long period of time, gold will cover you for inflation. Your savings won't erode. Okay, looking at crude. One of the articles I saw today out of Iraq was just there's two things going on. Number one, they see the Kurds as a part of Iraq, and Iraq is insisting that anything that goes to the Kurds comes to Baghdad first, which, really, frankly, when you get down to it, opens it up to graft and everything else. The other one is that we're not going to put boots on these grounds. If these guys want to save their backsides, they're going to have to fight themselves. And what the hell have we been doing since 2005 or 6 in training? Where are all these damn soldiers? Where have they disappeared? It would just, it's welfare. You got to wear a uniform to collect your check. So with those two things, and with the talk coming out of our State Department, the DOD, and the White House, ISIS is going to get as fast as they can, and maybe the Iraqis will start fighting for their lives. I wouldn't hold my breath. So one hand, supply is adequate no matter what happens to the Iraqi side of it. Demand is probably decreasing with the economic softness going on around the world. So we're in where we were today, 85.75, 86, sell 1, and 86 1/4, 86.50, sell 2. In London, if we can't punch through the 85.75, 86 area, I sure get short. On the 85 side, we have this breakout from 85.20. Last rotate down was 86.40, so 85, 85 1/4. Very, very aggressive. Maybe let's make it 84.75 for buy 1. We'll put a question mark by 25. And then 25 to 50 for buy 2. But, if I'm living in that part of the world, I'd sure as hell be trying to get my hand on a AK-47 as fast as I could, and all the ammunition I could get my hands on. I wouldn't be holding my breath waiting for the United States to come along. And Europe, I just saw an article where Merkel wants German troops to stay in Afghanistan. Go figure. In Afghanistan, they weren't allowed to go on any combat mission for the rest of it. And in a land where alcohol is consumed covertly, not in the open, they wanted to make sure that they were going to get their beer ration every day. I wonder how many of those beers, how much that beer costs being flown in. But be that as it may, so, I mean, wonders never cease. Germany wants to stay in Afghanistan. I tell you what us abandoning Afghanistan will mean. It'll mean the exact same thing in Iraq. Taliban will come back in. We've told them our withdrawal dates, and all I have to do is sit on the sidelines and pass go and collect $200 and get on their merry way. Okay, our first sell on the euro again is 27.10. And we've got stops above this up here, so we'll make it 25 to 35 for sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate down stopped at 83. I liked our 75 area, so we'll make 70 to 80 buy 1. And I really don't like the long side of the market at our number 1 points. And then 50 plus or minus for buy 2. I don't remember what the news is out of Europe overnight, but that could be a factor. That's all I have, folks. I'll see you at 6:45 Central Time on October the 14th. Y'all have a great evening. See you in the morning.